Hey everyone! Time for a new devlog again, so let's get started right away. This week I worked on the city building aspects of the game again and tackled some of the issues it previously had. The building of your city already works pretty flawlessly at this point. You place the buildings without any collision errors. Resources get subtracted from your balance. So, the basics are already there. One thing that gets very apparent now is that the city feels pretty dead. There is no movement, no activity, and no life within the settlement. If you look at some of the best city builder games out there, you notice how alive it all feels. People walking around, workers going after their tasks, ambient sounds playing, and many more small details. So that's what I've started working on for a while. First thing, I'm going to make some citizens. For that, I'll need to model some new characters. I want to make one male and one female citizen and then create multiple variations of them. Since there will be many different factions, I've decided that every faction should get its own citizen design. It would be strange if you're playing as the Greeks, but your town is full of Egyptians. Since Rome is still the faction in the spotlight here, I've come up with some designs for their citizens. Here are the two citizens of the Roman faction. They will most likely spawn near the residential buildings that you place and start going around the city, sit around or talk to each other. Quick reminder that you can wishlist Kratoria on Steam, so go ahead. Now let's look at the buildings themselves. They are also rather empty. I want to add workers into the buildings that go after their profession. For example, this sawmill. There should be a guy who is actually sawing the wooden logs. In this area, the stronghold games are a great example. Each work step is perfectly visualized with high attention to detail. That really adds a lot to the atmosphere and authenticity of the game. I've not started creating the workers for the buildings yet, but there will probably be a lot of different character designs for each building. For example, a baker, a farmer, a blacksmith, or a priest. Just imagine how much better the game will be once I've managed to create and implement all those things. That's my main focus for now, so I'll work as hard on it as I can to give you a glimpse of it soon. There were also some visual bugs that I want to fix. Some examples of that are these trees here. Notice how they don't get removed and are clipping into the town center here. I'll have to make sure that trees get properly removed when building structures. The same goes for the grass on the ground. When I place the wheat farm, for some reason the grass doesn't get removed around the whole building, but only on one patch. Do you remember when I made those Roman units? In that video, I had just finished the 3D models. This is him now. The Triari. He is finally in the game and is ready to be recruited, move around, and fight. Next video, I'll show him in action. Here you can see some preliminary stats for him. Attack, defense, and HP. As you can see, I also painted an icon for him. Looks pretty close, right? In the future, all units will have this type of 2D icon. I could also have used a screenshot of the 3D mesh, but I think this is a much cooler approach. Having these isometric and stylized illustrations gives the game much more personality and also makes it easier for the players to recognize the unit. I made this whole new viewport in the game engine just for the purpose of these devlogs. Each time I add a couple of new units to the game, I'll quickly showcase them on this stage. I also want to tease a new gameplay element that I'll first reveal in the upcoming devlog. The so-called campaign viewport. That will be the part of the game that's outside of the standard RTS view. It will be a top-down viewport of an area with various paths and points of interest. I won't spoil anything about it, so just look forward to the next video. And before the video ends, I'd like to thank everyone for reaching over 100 subs. At this point, I've already uploaded 16 devlogs over the course of multiple months, and I'm happy that the audience for it is constantly growing. I'll keep spending every minute I have developing this game while also making devlogs for you until the game is completely finished. I hope you'll stick around till then. Thank you for watching.